This meeting is being live streamed. What?
Streamed.
Oh, hurry. Leave it. We got to leave it.
Yet? Is it going yet? It's going yet. All right, we're on. Finally, for the love of dog. Okay, I was going to send you some things. I feel like
I'm in a different state this time, Dan.
A state of what?
You're in your state of origin.
Yeah. I'm in a state of insanity.
But this meeting is being live streamed. Got it?
Got it. Yeah, I'm just around the corner from Santana right now.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Welcome to Atomic Dork Squad. Jeffrey, Sci-Fi Dan, and this guy down here, Captain Bucky. We're going to get you in a spacecraft here momentarily.
We'll try.
I'm looking for some stuff.
Did you see the new Lego helmets they're releasing?
Why would I have seen that?
That they released? Well, Dan,
I'm not.
You know how they have the Stormtrooper and they have like the Scout Trooper and stuff like that. They're releasing Luke Skywalker's Red 5 helmet and the Mandalorian helmet in Lego.
Red 5 standing by.
I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, it just got because March 1st is a typical Lego release for.
Oh, is it?
Traditionally. So, and those they've all were sent out like this week, in the last day or two.
May the force be with you.
May the force be with you. Yeah.
Let's see which light looks less harsh. This one. This one. Either way, the blue light. Okay, sure. The off light. How about off? Let's try off.
Oh,
off is helpful. And get myself off.
Some more light on me. Figuring out his cameras and stuff.
I don't like the.
I actually brought my microphone with me just in case.
Now that's a dedicated man right there.
And my web thing just in case he didn't, but he had recently bought one because he sometimes streams with some friends.
The craft. What the fuck is? I'm sorry. Pardon my language. This is not the show for me cursing. What?
Going to get the FCC after us.
Trying to figure out what specifically is causing me to look like I'm glowing.
Like been on the beach too long?
Yeah, like I changed the brakes on my car. I mean, that caused some cursing and some unhappiness, but I didn't think I was.
The brake fluid all over your face or something? Or?
No, my hands are. You know when you get axle grease under your fingernails. I don't know.
Usually takes a week or two for it to go away.
Yeah. But then Haley left her electric toothbrush here.
That's saying. A mistake.
That's what they get for not coming to see their dad for 2 weeks. I started jacking their stuff up. I'm not petty. I am. No, I'm just playing. Okay, I'm gonna send you some backgrounds. Let's see. Okay. My time logo Phoenix. What is this? Ultra Cat Funk the Floor. I think that's a song. Daddy. One just says Daddy. I don't know if I want to send you that.
I don't think that's Star Wars related.
No. Well, it could be. It could be Vader.
Could be.
If you want Star Wars, you're better off searching the interwebs. If you want,
hey, I got my Stormtrooper shirt on. Okay.
Burlesque motocross. What is this? Blue room.
I'm just wearing a blue shirt.
This says room.
Went to the gym earlier. So.
This says blue room.
Who's Jim?
Yeah, who's Jim? Where did you find him?
Down the street next to the bowling alley.
Was there pegging involved, sir? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I just say words that sound funny.
There was rowing machine.
Shoot. Yeah, sure, Jeffrey.
And my Apple Fitness taught me that I was doing the rowing machine, and it was much harder when I learned to do it the right way. When they told me I was doing it the wrong way. There's an extra lean back that you do that helps the core, back. And it hurt.
Really?
I think if you lean wrong during pegging, the same thing can happen.
Hey, do you remember John Lovitz' character when he get to know me? Was that John Lovitz?
Yeah.
What was that about?
I don't know,
about 2 minutes.
Get to know me. It's like he did it like multiple times. It was a recurring.
Yeah.
And we laughed.
Because John Lovitz is funny.
He's obnoxious. He's a most obnoxious Jew ever. He is funny. I do like him. Get to know me. You ever think that they some of the people back in the 90s, they just kind of skated by? They weren't really talented. They were just play into a bunch of people like us who liked one-liners.
Hey, funny's funny.
I'm just a caveman.
Oh, come on. That was brilliant.
That was brilliant. That was.
Yeah.
Toons is the cat.
Toons is my.
Speaking of some of the comedy, we lost Howard Hessman. It looks like this.
Howard
Yesterday.
Hessman, WKRP in Cincinnati.
Oh yeah, I saw that earlier.
Was he 82?
81, I think.
81 complications from colon
Being
surgery.
old. No, from being old.
Yeah,
It
well, I guess he had
happened.
colon surgery. I guess that's what it said.
All right.
One thing I didn't know is that WKRP was supposed to be a pun, the actual call letters.
It's supposed to be W crap.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. And they wind up taking it a little more serious, I guess. I guess that's how that works. I don't know, Bucky. I'm sending you some images. I don't know what they are. You're gonna have to. I don't know.
Might want to preview first before I put them up.
I'm gonna send you a couple of retro throwbacks to Dork Squad opening. I believe the Hourglass, the Neon Skyline, and the Cyberpunk. So I don't know. Upload stuff. See what happens. Here it comes.
Found a non-Star Wars cockpit that's pretty cool looking.
Oh, hook it up. If it offers some continuity, that'd be cool. I noticed that I might have mentioned it before, but I was driving by the show, so to speak, and I saw that where we had done the Atomic Dork Squad with the theme, that it caught the eye, and it's like it was easier to know what was going on, because I tend to do a lot of content, but not a lot of editing, cataloging.
That's because we do everything live and you just leave it out there. Raw footage.
Yeah, I don't necessarily. Yeah. So I'm like, I need to have consistency on Dork Squad. Probably gets the most consistent, at least. Usually
I have Bucky. Send that to Bucky right there.
So what?
Oh, I sent it in Facebook.
No. Cool. All right. Bucky, you get an email from me, and then Messenger. So while I multitask, let's keep the conversation going. Atomic Dork Squad numbers XXXV9er W4
.3.
There you go, 3. Yeah. 0.1415926. I don't even keep track anymore. I believe we'll come up on a year in April.
Yeah.
So we're not that far off. And it's really weird because people will talk historically about the show as if it was a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. and it makes me laugh. They're like, well, you remember, back when you first started. I was like, that was this year, because this was like 2021. I was like, back when I first started, I mean, like first quarter of this year? We're now in fourth quarter of this year? What? No. But no, back in the beginning. I'm like, yeah, March 7th.
Yeah. we haven't hit a year yet.
Was that pre-COVID or post-COVID? That was year 2 of COVID. Like, it was?
Yeah.
I thought we were, It's like puzzling, like
2020 and 2021 were pretty much the same year.
Not for me.
Actually, I did a lot last year.
I had a lot done to me last year. I
Not all of it voluntarily.
I was happy that I've been relatively balanced emotionally. My girlfriend helps with that. My better half helps me to be more smiley, I guess. Yeah, for sure. But I was kind of cataloging course of events, and I didn't realize what a shitty 9 months I've had, period, in general. I got a groin injury in June, laid me up for 6 weeks, like completely out of commission. And then, the rest of the year in pain. And then once that pain subsided, then I found out I have herniated L4, L5, S1, and I broke that fucking bone on the L5. It's called a pars fracture. So that whole thing is cracked completely.
Did you get a bear hug from Bane or something?
Yeah, something like that. So I got a broken back. Now I'm dealing with that. I got COVID right before Thanksgiving. That one was brutal. Then I got COVID again this month. That one was not brutal, but I was out. I was quarantined for 5 days. I was quarantined for 2 weeks because I was actually really sick. With the other one, I was quarantined. I was home. I was injured for 6. I'm like, I've spent 10 weeks in my house by myself in the last 6 months, which is crazy, right?
That'll make you go crazy.
And my dog died. My cat died. Fuck. August, the dog died. I think August, September, maybe September, the dog died. Christmas Eve, the cat died. I'm like, oh, all this is all peppered around injury, freaking sickness. I'm like, guys, glass is half full. It's been a solid year. And then somehow in between it all, I made it out to California to go see Becky 3 times. I like negative COVID test and in the car. Man, I'm like, why is my back always hurt? Why did you just drive 9 hours?
Yeah, exactly. That's not good for you.
Because I can't have my whole life can't be on this camera. There's got to be parts of it that have tactile senses and human contact, for God's sake.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm not complaining. I'm just observing. So in the year that I think for anybody else would have probably said that sucks, and that's not a year, guys. That's like 9 months of the year.
Yeah.
No, that's 8 months of the year. Wait,
my beginning of 20.
This is only January. That started in June. 7 months. That many things fucking went wrong. 7 months.
That was my beginning of 2020. Is I had a month worth of my dad in and out of hospitals for a solid month when I was supposed to be bringing him to California, and then he actually passed in March. And then right after he passed, the whole world went into isolation for
him.
Well, still. So,
depending on where you live, yes.
Yeah. Well, that was 2020, so that's when the whole world went, just flatten the curve for 2 weeks.
That's when the Marxist leftists, I'm sorry, ideologues. I didn't say that. We wanted to see how compliant they can get us to be. Yeah.
He's still sitting on the mantle here in his urn on here because we still haven't been able to get things released enough to actually, have a funeral and everything. It's like 2 years later.
When my dad's ashes were on the the shelf, I guess, or my mom's shelf, I just went over and I wanted to see, and it was kind of like, this is real.
Heavier than you expect.
Yeah, bones are heavy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then I just took a little and I put it between my cheek and gum.
Cool.
And yeah, we were good.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you drooling? Ashes don't taste good.
Yeah.
Did you eat your dad again? I just thought it was calcium.
It was charcoal. I was cleaning my teeth.
Guys,
it's not morbid. Wait, that's actually specifically what death is. It is morbid. Yeah.
It is, actually.
You just put an itty on the end, and that's what it is. It's morbidity.
What does morbid mean exactly? More, and then like bidding, like things you're gonna get more of something, right? Or you're gonna
like an auction, right? More bidding.
Yeah,
right?
More bid. Yeah, see. Yeah. Hey,
going here 20, going twice, 25.
Morbid. Sold to the idiot with his dad's ashes in his mouth.
Apparently, we just lost somebody over that. I think there was only 3 people in there. That's including me.
Oh.
And now there's 2.
Oh man. Chat. You guys, can you see chat?
Yeah, I can
chat.
see chat. No, I don't see it on there. I'm
not through Zoom itself. No.
Yeah, I'm watching it through Twitch.
You can launch it. So I use Restream Studios. So if you wanted to launch a separate page, it's chat.restream.io. And I can give you my login and password if you want a separate web. I mean, it doesn't take.
I'm sitting on Twitch anyway. I've got the ultra wide.
Perfect. I have 3.
I think I'll just bring it up on my second screen over here. He's got a triple screen set up here.
I like your brother's chair. Yeah, I set it up.
It's a very comfy chair.
So I can watch people behind me. I'll have my screensaver will be the room from my screen's back, which is weird because I'll hear a noise like someone at the front door, and I look at my desktop as if I'm looking at my front door because it feels like a rearview mirror. Yeah, and I'm like, I don't see anybody.
Yeah.
Sounds like a doing a show. One of my the video lead from Opryland would say, he's like, yeah, I did the show one time, and we always have a preview monitor which shows us what will be on the screen if we hit take, and then what's actually up on the screen. And he was watching the thing, and he goes, it's like it was time to take it, and they go, all right, go to that screen, and he just turned his head and looked at the new monitor. didn't hit take, just sent it. Or just looked at it. That's what that picture of you looking at your monitors.
I have different angles. Like I'll throw the Trump flag out if I'm doing a show and I'm gonna complain about things, and then I have options for that to not be there if I don't want to be so polarizing. One of my buddies was testing out his equipment in his home office. He's extremely fastidious, very much like. Well, he's an IT director, so let's just assume there's no wires, there's no anything anywhere, everything is got its place. So he's showing me, and I'm like, it looks like you're in a hospital room. This is your office, you know. He has a glass desk, and you still can't see the wires. I'm like, where'd you put them? And then he's like, what is it that we're looking at right now? And I'm like, this is a picture of my living room. And he's like, interesting. I'm like, you're judging me right now. He's like, there's a lot going on. I said, well, you know, it's actually not, it doesn't look exactly like this anymore. I cleaned it up a little bit, and then I took it off, and the pillow was just like to the left a little bit. That was the only difference. The pillow's on the other side. He's like, yeah, I can tell. I cleaned it up, huh? Well, the fan's moving now. And judge me. He's like, it's very strange that you would have your own background as your background. I'm like, right? I like it. I was going to have a picture of me as my background, but then I thought I would get confused and not know where I was going. And people watch you do this. Why?
It's the world we live in.
It's like what Jerry's talking. Why are they watching it? Because it's on TV.
It's on TV. So people watch you. Yeah. You know why? Yeah, I wouldn't.
Remember, you used to sit in my bedroom watching us play Nintendo. Now people make a living off of that.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. That's crazy. When my kids first told me about Twitch, I was like, wait, what? I remember actually coming out of the room, and I was like, what do you guys, what's going on here? Like, we're watching Walking Dead. And I said, no, you can't watch that. That's not appropriate. No, we're watching someone play with The Walking Dead.
Yeah,
that's a game. I mean, this is not bad. The graphics are pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we watching this? They're like, because it's I don't know what they call it. It's a whatever. It's a run. It's a I don't know marathon.
They're doing a run through or something.
Something like that. And I was like, okay. So I'm like rolling my eyes. I just get a glass of water, come back, and I'm standing there for like 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Standing there watching the damn Walking Dead game. I'm just
that's two sitcoms.
Yeah, I'm like, this is pretty good actually. I like the guy talking about it too. That's even better. It's kind of funny. They're like, yeah. I'm like, this is stupid though. Yeah. I'm like, okay. I was
listening to them. They were talking about like the top 100 shows that were on the Nielsen's on TV. Yeah. 98 of them were sports. Only 2 others made the top 100 in viewers in the Nielsen ratings.
The Nielsen ratings, like today on
market share,
TV,
like for the whole last year.
Oh, wow.
Just on regular broadcast TV.
Yeah, well, nobody watches it anymore.
Exactly. 98 of the top 100 shows were football games or this or that.
Wow. Yeah, it's a dead medium. I don't watch anything hardly ever. To me, watching means that Joe Rogan's on Spotify, the video's on. Mm-hmm. There's something, but even then I'm not watching.
Yeah. I don't have a live TV. Any way of watching live TV. I have Hulu, which if there's a show on TV I don't watch, I can watch it on there without commercials.
Right. Well, IMDb, Pluto, I got a couple of live options. I don't know, but what does that matter? It doesn't matter. I did YouTube TV for a while, like 2 years ago, and it was actually really cool. And it changed my viewing habits, which I didn't really want. So
I had it for just the Olympics last year. That's
there's some app that I use that keeps offering me. I don't remember if it's Wells Fargo that keeps offering me 3 months of YouTube Premium for free, or if it's my Cash App card. And it's funny because I'll see it and I'll think like, maybe I'll activate it for 3 months and I'll start it on my card that only has $10 on it, so it'll expire. And then
YouTube Premium just gives you YouTube without commercials, and you also get YouTube Music.
YouTube. Oh, is that what it is?
That's not YouTube TV. Yeah, I have YouTube Premium because it also allows you to play the videos without your phone being on. So I was using it to drive when I was driving back and forth between Memphis.
So you can have it as background and it doesn't have to be pop out, right?
Yeah.
Or it didn't have to be open. That's not bad. But when I got the YouTube, with the cloud and all the channels and all the networks, I found myself, I spent the entire weekend. I remember because I watched the Pirates. It was a pirate show. It was Barbary Coast or something. I don't know. It was a really well done, pirate themed drama. There was intrigue and nudity and all the fun stuff that you like in shows like that. I did. And I think I watched like 12 hours of it. And I don't remember if I talked to the kids or not. And this is when we were in the one bedroom behind here. And we're just all piled up. And I'm like, oh, is it dinner time already? Huh. And then I'm like, they're like, can we watch something else? I'm like, sure. And then an hour and a half, I was going through all the station channels trying to find stuff. And I'm like, everything's on demand. So you can watch backstory of everything. And then these are stuff coming up. This is live and that's that. And I'm like, I can record like TiVo to the cloud. That's pretty cool. Let's start recording some shows. And I'm like, oh my God, this is precisely what I don't miss about television. Yeah. It sucks you in. I'm cool. Like if I'm in a hotel room, it's like nostalgic. I'm like, I'll watch TV and I'll watch all the commercials. I'm like, this is fun.
I can't stand commercials anymore. The only time I ever want to watch commercials is during the Super Bowl. And even those aren't any good anymore. So
no, you pay $1 million a minute for what?
Exactly.
Well, we don't want to offend anybody.
We want to show everybody how much we care. And
they still have to abide by all the FCC rules.
Right.
Well, everybody else doesn't.
Budweiser.
Spuds McKenzie. It's Spuds.
Spuds was from El Cajon. Did you know that? That terrier.
Or didn't remember if I did know it, but I did.
Actually, the Pizza Hut where Bucky and I first worked on 1223 East Main Street, that little pet store that was right next to it. There's a pet store in the parking lot. It was small.
So was Pizza Hut.
That's where Spuds came from. He came from that pet store, and they were the owners. And Spuds was a girl.
Yep. Scandal.
Man, see, that's how they get you. They start with a dog. And
and then you get
yeah, they got in trouble because eventually it was so popular because they were doing all the plushes and all that kind of stuff and all this basically toys on here, and they're like, hey, you're marketing alcohol to kids now.
Joe Camel was cool, and I did smoke Camels because of it, but you might have thought Joe Camel was cool, but you didn't have a propensity to even give a fuck about trying to smoke, so you didn't. So really,
I had a Spuds McKenzie shirt, but I didn't drink Budweiser.
You didn't drink Budweiser.
That's true.
Right?
I had a Spuds McKenzie shirt too, actually.
Right. We all had Corona stuff in middle school and junior high. We all had Corona stuff. It was common, right? If you didn't have a Tijuana hat, cowboy hat, wicker cowboy hat, then you had a shirt, you got from Miller's Outpost. You guys were a perfect example.
What about all the surfer shirts and never bought a surfboard?
Right.
Everybody had the surfer shirts with all like the big ape on it and everything else like that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
All those.
Oh, the ape one. Oh my God.
I forget.
In fact, when I say Miller's Outpost, it makes me feel weird because it's just like I thought Miller's Outpost had turned into Old Navy, but maybe that wasn't it. Maybe it turned into.
I think it just closed.
There was some store that took its place to be like, what the hell is it called?
The Gap.
No,
No.
I don't know. But anyway, when they stopped carrying Bugle Boy,
Mm-hmm.
Brand.
Bugle Boy brand parachute pants with all the bitchin' pockets.
Yeah, I love those.
I'm just saying.
My Bugle Boys and my Spud McKenzie's. Spud's McKenzie shirt. Yeah.
And my suspenders without wearing them. Just hanging
Oh, yeah.
down on them.
Oh, hanging suspenders. That was fly. I can't believe you guys didn't have more girls hanging off you. I'll be honest with you.
That was the last time I was in style. So 7th, 8th grade.
Yeah, that's about
top
right.
of my style.
That we're actually wearing what was popular. Maybe not well, but we were wearing it.
When I brought back parachute pants, which are the like the workout pants or whatever they were basically parachute pants, right?
Nylon,
purple and blue,
polyester.
We were in high school, and I was still rocking parachute pants at least through the freshman year, at least. And I thought I was pretty fly for
a white guy.
I'd gone to the denim jacket in high school a little bit more.
I've never had a denim jacket.
I did. I had an acid wash one.
I remember. Yeah, acid wash. And you also had a fuzzy leather sheep jacket.
I remember.
It was like brown, and it was the sheep fur was on the inside.
Oh no, that was my dad's.
Oh,
I still have it.
Yeah, well,
it has the vest and the other one, like Marlboro Man, big old genuine sheepskin.
That's how you got your nickname.
Yeah,
you're dressed as a cowboy, and you wore that.
Yep, I wore that. Yeah, that's how I got the Bucky name.
Captain, I always say no, Cowboy Bucky Goldstein, a Jewish cowboy.
Yep.
There we go.
Look it up. Stephen Wright bit. Look it up, people.
I started calling you Jew right away, but my dad was like, "No, that's not what we were going for." Hey, Bucky. We call him Jew, Dad.
You know what? I actually
Bucky.
had a stonewash.
Right,
I had a denim backpack that was that was acid washed and pink.
Wow.
For a while.
Well, somewhere in the
but that's when the neon was still cool.
Somewhere in the late 90s,
was wearing neons in the late 80s.
Somebody would have committed a hate crime on you. Nowadays, though, you'd fit right in because we're not allowed to marginalize anybody, and that's not fun. Because marginalizing people isn't the hell. It's time to take my medicine. We're gonna do some trivia in a second. I'm gonna let you guys hold down the fort for a second. I'm gonna grab a drink of water and find out why my phone is making noise. It sounds like a movie or something. Hey, I keep looking behind me and I can't see what's happening. So this is weird.
That's not real behind you.
Oh, okay. Makes sense. Wouldn't it suck if I turned around and tripped over the shit that's right behind my chair? Bam! You see the screen come down. I broke myself.
That's funny, yes.
I think about stuff like that because I re-injure myself often.
Well, you should quit injuring yourself.
I had acupuncture done on Tuesday, and I actually have significant improvement in my pain, like significant, like 90% gone.
Is that like it when you go take your mind off that pain and you break the finger so you don't feel the other pain?
Yeah. She's like, have you ever had needles in your back? And I'm like, I mean,
recreationally,
I had a heroin problem, but I did it between my toes. Does that make sense? I'm just kidding. She, have you had acupuncture? I'm like, not like from a practitioner, but sometimes I stab myself. She goes, yeah, we're gonna have to back up. So tell me about your first memory when you were a child. We're gonna do that first. This is fun.
I didn't know I was gonna get a psyche valve while I was here.
Yeah, she had to figure out where my meridians were blocked apparently, and she's like, your first memory? I said, I pooped my pants. I was in my crib. I was about a year and change, maybe a year. My mom was frustrated and she changed my diaper. And I remember feeling like I disappointed her. I'm not kidding.
Okay.
And I said, and I've described the room and the crib and what you can see from the crib, and including other things that happened. My parents were like, we lived there until you were 18 months old, and then we moved. There's no way you can know that. I'm like, welcome to my hell. My Freudian issues go back to one.
I honestly think
look
my
how
first
early you
memory
disappointed your mom.
was seeing Star Wars.
Yeah, well, that was very clear. I know where we were because I had already been storing memories for 4.5 years. Oh no. Oh, I'm a hot mess.
I don't know about hot.
That's a good point. I'm glad that you said that before I said he is a hot mess, because you're right. Don't know about hot.
But did you get a look at those Lego sets? The little helmet
I did.
sets?
Those are cool.
I have the Stormtrooper, but
I have a coworker who's been building all the ships, all the Lego Star Wars ships. Pretty cool.
they also announced a. Have you seen some of the Lego art mosaics?
No.
Like stuff they have, like they have the Beatles and stuff like that. They just announced they should have Elvis now. Just got announced, and you can build one of 3 Elvises uses just little dots. It's like 3,400 pieces.
You can build elves?
You can no Elvis, the king of rock.
Until you're on camera, you just keep yourself quiet over there.
Yeah. On here, as you look longingly into the distance on your little profile pickup over here.
But at least the people, they're just seeing us.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the person, because I assume that you're watching it and I'm watching it, which means there's only one other person in the room. With us.
How many people are in Twitch? It has in here. Yeah, there's one of them is us, Atomic Dork Squad, and then
so it's just me and you.
Yeah, then I'm Nitro J48 in there, and then there's a bunch of other people in the user group for chat, but on here, but who knows how many of them are actually real.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, the users are there, but if you look at below the stream, it says how many people are in the room, and it's 3.
Yeah.
So it's probably the Atomic Dork Squad, Sci-Fi Dan.
And 3. Yeah, playing just for our three viewers, and 2 of them are us.
Yeah, possibly all 3.
Possibly. Oh well.
We're not here for the public. We're just here to catch up, and
we're just letting people eavesdrop on our phone calls.
That's right. Yeah. Now, have you been to Galaxy's Edge yet?
No, I haven't been to Disney in forever.
Ring.
Wow.
Answer my phone.
Last time I went to any of them was only California Adventure, and the Radiator Springs was new.
Wow.
That's how long it's been. I have like $1,100 in Disney bucks, just reward dollars, just sitting there on my card. I'm
kind of similar right now. I have 4 tickets for 2 days because I was going there the Monday before, and then it shut down on that Saturday.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh, okay. And so here now it is almost 2 years later, and I still have, $1,400 in Disney tickets, and they won't let me transfer them to Disney World.
What?
Oh.
They're like, yeah, that's a different park system. We don't
know who they are.
We don't have a way of transferring. It's like, you are Disney Parks, right? I understand that they're ran as separate entities, but there is a parent company that can go pluck this ticket from here and put it there. I'm pretty
sure Walt had something to do with both of them.
Yeah, just because he was dead before the Florida one opens up.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with
But he bought the land.
He did. And had the plan.
Yeah, I watched all the background stuff on that not too long ago.
How many divorces is Walt Disney responsible for? I just want to know what's your projection.
You mean because people like me are going and their spouses don't love it?
That could be part.
That's
how about the theme that for women that you're either a princess or you're a witch? There's no in between.
And in most Disney films, the mother dies very early on in almost every movie.
And you're disposable because you're female,
or you're evil. One of the two.
Evil. That's it, right? You're a princess or you're evil, and when you turn 35, now you're evil. Sorry, you're done. And actually, if you were in the shows, and when you were like 17, you were a princess, and when you were 20, you were evil, or you were ugly. The ugly stepsisters. If you're not magic, you're ugly.
They were ugly on the inside.
They're on the outside also, I recall.
On the outside too, but it's a outpouring of what's inside them that we're showing on their face.
It's a reflection of
who
their
they were
dark
inside.
souls.
Yes.
Yeah, from when Daddy was making them do things. No, anyway,
There was no father in that for them either.
Yeah.
It was just mom and two stepsisters. He died early on, I think, after.
How many Disney movies can you think, at least like released cinema, big ones, did a parent either be non-existent or get killed off?
All of them until 2001 or two. I think. Wait, Pocahontas didn't lose her parents. So.
Mucho Hontas, yeah. But she was a teenager and John Smith was 40, and that was freaky. Okay, just saying. But Mel Gibson.
What was it? Inside Out, I think. I think they had both parents.
Oh,
yeah. Well, yeah. Once you get past where people started making fun of them for it, you start seeing. Well, they stopped telling the same story. Although they did kill both parents in Frozen.
Yeah.
What was the? Let's see. But Tangled, that she didn't. She had her. Though she was separated from them, they still existed.
Tangled, yeah, they were not. They were, yeah. That was the like.
She was restored to them at the end of it. So
right.
The Incredibles actually was a whole family unit.
Yeah, true. But that was Pixar. So.
Yeah, that's still Pixar. So it's only the Pixars you can kind of get into something different.
Pixar has a. Let's see. Well, the new one, Encanto, whole family's there.
I hear a lot of good things about that.
Oh, it's good.
Becky says it's amazing. She's always like singing it with her.
I heard
my daughter's always.
I heard that the main song for that beat, "Let It Go," on the charts.
Yeah, just recently. Yeah,
it surpassed perhaps that juggernaut.
Wait, what?
"Let It Go." One of the songs from Encanto has now topped.
It's We Don't Talk About.
Oh, like it's gone higher
on the charts. Then Let It Go.
We don't talk about Bruno.
That's where that's from?
Yep.
Fuck, I keep hearing people singing that. And I'm like, I don't get it.
I don't know. My mom's watched it like 3 times or something already.
Really? Hi, Mindy.
Yeah.
Mindy, my girlfriend from high school, I've just realized posted on Facebook that she just started listening and now she feels old. And she's 3 days older than me, so she is old.
Yeah.
That's been a joke for 40 years or something like that. I don't know how old. It's been almost
you guys were not 8.
30 years. 30, it has been 30 years.
Yeah.
Ah! The fuck? What's going on there, Jeffrey?
Either my foot was falling asleep and it was waking up, or
you electrocuted yourself.
Something crawled over my foot.
Okay.
I have rats here.
And ending that conversation, we're
good. Okay. I'm good. As my foot was waking back up. Oh, gee, guys, I should get out more often. Something's wrong.
Maybe you should take the trash out more often.
So,
that's what went across your foot was a rope?
No.
Okay.
So anyway, back to you haven't been to Disney since we really got to stop.
Yeah, we lost our train of thought there.
So have you been? Was that deliberate, or you just haven't?
It's tough. My oldest is autistic and hates crowds, which that doesn't mix with Disney very well.
No, loud noises.
Lots
of stimuli. But we used them to our advantage when we went because we could go to jump the line on every ride. You'd hit one ride, then you hit the next guest services, and go, okay, this is where I want to go next. On here, they're like, okay,
hurry,
you're in.
About to freak out.
You're like, go ahead, go backwards. You didn't cut the fast pass people and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, I tried to get my mom to go because she can't walk all day like that. And I tried to get her to ride a scooter around Disney World so I could go to the front of the line, but she wouldn't do it. She refuses to ride a scooter no matter what. She's like, I will just not go rather than ride it. My dad's like, I'll ride a scooter.
Yeah, that's Jake. That's the guy. He's like, oh, that's fine. I'm here. Come on, Linda.
Okay.
Get on.
So that's just built up there a little bit. But now he's old enough that we can then now just probably leave him in the hotel, and he'll probably go to Galaxy's Edge and then go back to the hotel for the whole rest of the trip, and then we're golden. But
right, and then you just leave like some snacks on the ground, and like
I'm probably one of those people like Dan that like I just like being there.
Yeah,
I'd just walk around and do nothing. I'd be fine with that.
I haven't seen it, so I don't know what I'm missing.
I gotta say, I'm just Disney in general.
Years.
Just Disney in general. I just like being there.
I do too. I went in 2017. So it was funny. I had a couple coworkers, and one of them had just gotten back from Disney World. And I was like, hey, I don't remember getting invited to that trip. And anytime anyone has gone to Disney World, that's my line. And then I had another friend that was going to Universal, coworkers. I've only known him like a month at this point. He was going to Universal in January. And I was like, hey, I don't remember getting an invitation for that either. And he goes, you want to go? And I went, sure. Yes. And so I thought we were going to go to Universal for 2 days, but it ended up with just being 1 day. So I bought a ticket to Disney World and went to Hollywood Studios, where Galaxy's Edge is now, but it wasn't then. And I had a great day by myself in the park. I actually did the lunch with the Imagineer thing, which I wanted to do for years.
And remind me, what's the Imagineer?
Imagineers are the people who create everything in Disney.
Oh,
they have imaginations. Yeah, they're both imaginations and engineers. So Imagineers.
Those were titles they had from the beginning.
Yeah.
You know, I was on Disney Plus, and I watched a documentary of right before they launched Disneyland, and
that whole little series that they had in there.
I don't know. I think
they did a whole one.
I watched
like 8 of them or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I watched that series, like 8 of them in there.
Yeah, that's good.
It was pretty cool. It felt like he was building a cult or something, and that people would flock, like millions and millions, and they would spend lots of money there. And I was like, this is sus.
My mom was there within the first couple weeks of it opening.
That's 'cause your mom's old. Yeah.
And my dad used to live nearby and got kicked out numerous times because he would wear a t-shirt to Disneyland, and that didn't fit the dress code.
Well, you gotta wear pants.
Yeah, well, I'm here, but yeah.
I can see your dad in a cutoff t-shirt, and that's it. Hey guys, let's go. Excuse me, sir. I can clearly see your nuts.
And then they would go there high and stuff like that back in the day.
The closest. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say the closest thing they had is that they were sitting there like high on pot brownies, and they went to see Bear Country Jamboree, and the animatronics broke, so they were out of sync and just going haywire. And it was the greatest thing they ever saw in their life at the time. I'm here to see the bears just going berserk.
Everybody's gonna play now in the good old key of G.
Yeah.
That was because
I don't know all the songs.
The marijuana, just so you know, the ride is good, but the marijuana, I think that had the effect. I'm just in case you guys weren't sure.
Yeah. But yeah.
Disney World still has the Bear Band Jamboree.
Do they?
Yeah. And they also have the Carousel of Progress, which I love doing. My family does not love doing. Sing all the songs. It's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.
Dang.
Put it this way,
I've spent too much time in Disney parks, probably.
I've never been to Disneyland since they updated Star Tours.
Wow. Yeah.
I've been there since Captain EO got taken down. No, I'm just kidding.
I say last time I was there with my family, I think 2014 is when they played Captain EO, because it was when he died.
I went there.
They brought it back.
The girls were like probably 3 and 4, and Hunter was like 7. And I got a bunch of pins off the interwebs, Disney pins, and I taught him how to go poach pins off of people. And he got some nice ones. Nice.
Yeah, because he was like, oh yeah, that's the rare. I need to go for that one.
Well, after he figured out one time, he goes, Dad, this man, he gave me this one. And it's like a 45th, I think, or 40th anniversary, whatever it was, of Disneyland. And he's like, this one, I think it's real gold. I'm like, let me see that. And I'm like, oh, oh, he gave you this one? This was nice. He's like, yeah. He's like, yeah. I'm like
a pirate.
Okay, sniff it. You got it, boy. Got it. Go. Find some of those.
Go get some more.
And he's coming up, and he's like, hi, can we trade pins? And I'm like, oh,
giving him the freebie one that came with the lanyard. You know.
Yeah. He did well. He could spot the real good ones. They're like, but this one was my grandma's. Shouldn't have worn it here. Should have. Hi.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say,
breaking the rules.
The closest I ever gotten being kicked out of Disneyland was probably because of Jeff.
What?
We finished watching Captain EO, and he kept the glasses.
Oh no!
And we were on the People Mover, and he put them on during the Tron little part of the People Mover.
Yeah,
and when we got to the end of the People Mover, they're like, he had put them away, and they're like, young man, we want the 3D glasses back. They have cameras everywhere.
Yeah, they were watching. They were watching. That was suspect. I think we were 14. That was probably when that round was probably when we were 14. And I just pierced my ear, and your folks were not loving that. They did not want me to have my earring in and go
right up on a Harley next.
I feel like that was a school trip though, that we had the glasses on.
Oh, they could have been, but I know we went with your folks another weekend. It was just kind of like, hey, let's do, like, that was the nice thing when it wasn't $500 a ticket. You can just go do it. And but your mom was like, are you going to wear that? I'm like, what? That? I'm like, my earring? Yeah, I can't take it out. I just got it done. I mean, we're already in the parking lot. We're here. We're here. She's like, I just don't think you should wear it into Disneyland. What? I don't think they're going to judge me as much as you do.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you don't want to be judged. Oh, you don't want to be with.
He's not.
Kid. You don't want to be the.
He's not my son.
Yeah, exactly. The kid who listens to Led Zeppelin and has his ear pierced because he would never allow that, and people might think you're a bad mom. I'm like, don't worry. I don't
put my hoodie on or something.
I don't look anything like you guys, so they'll know you're not a bad mom. They'll know my bad mom wouldn't even take me here. So you guys would be the good parents. I'm just trying to rationalize something with them. Like, this is awkward. I don't think I took it out because I had just got it done. But here's the thing. Because of that moment, I'm now 48 years old. And I have a hole the size of a 9mm bullet now in my hair, and additional. Yeah. Thanks, Linda. Thanks. Now it's an issue.
If you'd only listened to her.
You hadn't shamed me. If you hadn't shamed
No. See, you looked at that. See, that's the wrong way to look at it. If you had listened to her, you wouldn't have any of the holes in your ear.
Your mom only told me when I did things bad. She didn't tell me to do things good. That's different. They were like, don't bring pornos into our house. I'm like, oh, okay. They were already there. Otherwise, she wouldn't have known to have that conversation. Had she predicted.
Right.
Jeff, give me your moment. Yes, ma'am.
What are pornos? Can you show me an example?
She was used to this perfection.
I know. Let's talk about hustlers. I'm like, let's do that. You sound like my mom.
Mine had, and then there's mine who bought me a subscription to Playboy.
Yeah, when you're like in the 7th grade.
Yeah. Exactly.
That explains a lot.
And then we're like, hey, can you buy us the Hustler or the Penthouse now? Because this isn't quite good enough.
Yeah. We're running out of material here. Bucky, this is a disappointment.
This is too soft core.
Bucky's got a stack of dirty magazines like this tall.
Oh, yeah, we had.
You're letting us down. He's like, I'm going to start ordering movies from Adam and Eve. I'm like, let's make it happen now.
Mm-hmm.
My mom wondered why I never wanted to come home during the summer. Mm-hmm. You don't live there? Yes, I do. You should come home for what? Nothing good here.
Yeah, we used to lose Chad for hours.
All right, now you're in trouble. My dad is watching. So
hey. So okay.
He was never at my house.
The role play with Linda was actually Jake. So that Jake was the hustler. But so if Dad, if you had intervened and let me know not to look at the things that I was already looking at, then maybe I'm just saying I wouldn't be divorced now.
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
What about we?
If you hadn't allowed me to make all the mistakes I've made in my life.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what are dads for? You got to predict these things. I was such a deviant, obviously, as you know. I'm sorry. But didn't affect him. Didn't. And he was a deviant without me. It had nothing to do with me. He had his own brand of that. So
who are you pointing at? Bucky or me?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I have the just the speaker view on here.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'll change the view so it's gallery view. Okay, now I can see.
Daniel couldn't be corrupted. So I never tried. There was no sense in trying to influence.
I wouldn't say you didn't try. I wouldn't.
Okay. Give me an example.
Oh, I don't know. Stealing the 3D glasses at Disneyland.
I didn't make you do that. I
didn't. No, I didn't do that. You just made me an accomplice.
No. You didn't.
I was just in the car that was in the robbery.
You didn't know it happened until I had them on my face. So that's not like you weren't like my lookout. You would not have done that. So I would not have included you.
No, mine were in the recycle bucket.
Where they belong, because Daniel follows rules, because that's why we have them. I understand. Right. I get it. Wait, are you a Gemini? Taurus. Okay, that's it. Oh, May 14th, right?
Yeah.
Oh, good job. Okay, let me think. Yeah, that's your problem. Okay. Just kidding.
Right, because where the stars were when I was born.
What should it be?
Everything about my life.
Should it be a Camry or an Accord or something instead of a Taurus?
I actually have a Fusion. I have the newer version of the Taurus.
Do you think that there's no similarities between you and, let's say, the astrologers had defined as personality traits that go with you?
Well, when you make personality traits be very general,
they're not. They're very specific. When's the last time you looked?
I mean,
he's like, I don't, because that's a sin. I get it.
It's not even about that.
False gods.
They're just wrong.
Okay, I want to see if they're just wrong. You're a Taurus, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've done a little bit of research on it. Not because I didn't want to. I was the same as you. I was like, it's hocus pocus.
Oh yeah, you also had the tarot cards that one time. If that was another corruption. I forgot about the tarot cards.
Oh yeah,
I had tarot cards. I still have them.
You did.
I'm pretty sure somewhere.
Play with them all the time, right?
Yeah,
for a while.
But how is that a corruption?
Poker with them.
Yeah. Hey, do you have a
look, three of a kind? Death, and death. Hey,
Page of Wands. Go fish. Okay, cool. Do you have a Nine of Pentacles? Oh, we're going to hell.
Oh, he's looking for death on the river.
So I did some research against the big five personality types that Carl Jung had established. That pretty much, not pretty much, we can all determine our personalities. Take a test, you'll find out if you're open, if you're high in trait neuroticism, which is like withdrawal and anxiety, basically, or if you're high in conscientiousness or industriousness, right? You can take a test and figure out how you lay based on where you land, basically based on your answers. And then you can see how it distributed across people and everyone and say, okay, that seems to be pretty accurate. Those personality traits then will also more likely than not determine where your political affiliation is going to be, right? It's more likely to determine whether or not you're an entrepreneur or you're a worker bee or your IQ is up, or, like across all dimensions, it is pretty accurate, which makes sense because you're answering questions.
Then why should we even go to school? They should just assign our jobs at birth.
Hey, do you know the IQs?
We don't need to vote because it's automatic.
IQs have been going up by like 7 points a year. If you adjust for time, like it's kind of like inflation.
Is there inflation on the IQ scale?
There is. Yeah,
everyone's higher now.
100 is 100, but obviously that's on the bell curve, right? That's going to be your.
So it's not like boiling water.
Your distribution
it's a moving target.
But the amount of knowledge you have at 100 is completely different than what it used to be, like completely. So to be a genius this day and age, you have to work really hard. Or no, really.
Well, our knowledge base is different because people used to know how to work on cars, and now they know how to go into computers and stuff. So it's.
I can do both.
I haven't touched my car in a long time, but I can do both. Now that I can afford to, I'm not going to bother doing it.
Yeah,
we're probably about the youngest people who still can.
Now that I, have alimony and child support, guess who spent $40 to do his own brake job today? Me. Yay. I used to be able to afford to pay people to do things for me.
Yeah. Yeah, you're supposed to get to the point where you're old enough to where, yes, I can do it, but I have enough money to not do it.
I just say, I think 2004 is the last time I remember actually doing work on a vehicle.
Wow. Must be nice having a sugar mama. That's good.
Changed the oil on like 3 cars like 3 months ago or something. All 3 came up due and I changed them all.
Oh, was that your Corvette, your Bug, and your other one? Yeah. Okay.
No, it was like it was like it was like a Cruise and a Traverse and all that kind of stuff. I had to figure out what these things had, where it was the first time I had done it on any of them.
The Corvette and
the company car. That's all handled.
Oh, the company does
that.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. You see what white privilege feels like. I'm teasing.
No,
it's fun.
No, you're being racist. How do you just assume I'm Caucasian?
I mean,
I have a Hispanic background.
No, you don't.
I'm a white Latino.
No, you're not. Your mom is half, or is she full?
Just like half. I'm like a third.
Your mom's half. Your mom's.
I'm not sure that's how the math works. If she's half, if you take 2 halves, you have to be a quarter.
According to my little
23 and me.
What is it? Ancestry.com on here. I'm like a third like Spaniard and Spanish. Spanish. Yes.
Yes. Your relatives were raping the natives, or they were the natives that got raped? Like which ones?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. The dark ones were obviously the mestizos. They were the locals.
I have enough. I can check it. Multiracial.
Your grandma was short and dark, so she was a jungle one, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I pass as white.
Yeah, you were not one of the conquerors. Well, my kids are half Mexican. They thought they were biracial. I'm like, no, you guys are just all Caucasian. It's a culture. It's a culture, guys, and a language.
Like cheese.
You guys don't speak it, so quit declaring how Mexican you are all the time. It's awkward. When your mom and I were together, it was fine because I can point to her and be like, it's not my fault.
Yeah.
Talk to the Mexican.
Hey, who knows? You can get them to a good college.
I've got that's not untrue. Actually,
it allows them to apply for certain scholarships.
Like Hunter, how's your full ride that's being paid for by things you don't have to ever pay back? Lucky. He's like, yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, go Mexican. Oh, and your mom's a single mom, technically, right? Now you're disadvantaged. Nice. They should see her 2 houses.
All right, gotta wrap it up here now. It's time time for me to turn into a pumpkin.
Real quick.
Hey, Cinderella.
What type of person is a Taurus?
A Ford.
Taurines, which are in Red Bull, like the bull that represents them, are known to be intelligent, dependable, hardworking, dedicated.
Got you there. I'm not hardworking.
And stubborn.
Actually, I'm not that stubborn. You can't make me say I'm stubborn.
But there's,
right.
Stubborn. I think it says tend. You are stubborn.
I am not.
It doesn't say open-minded, does it? Shocking. But there's more to the bull that meets the eye.
I'm quite open-minded. I know it's hard. See, what you see me as closed-minded.
I was teasing. I don't see you as closed-minded at all.
Nah, you do to a certain degree.
No. I see you as having values that you will never sacrifice, and I think that's commendable.
True. I mean, that's true.
That's commendable.
But I'm very warm to anybody.
I've noticed that my whole life.
He's not going to start a crusade against people with different values.
Yeah.
You couldn't have been my friend for that long if you weren't, obviously. Because I will test everything about you. Everything. What's inside your head, Daniel? I'm like, I'm gonna try and prove it wrong. Watch. What makes you uncomfortable? I'm gonna do that a lot. I'm gonna do my thing.
Dan's fault that I even know Jeff. So
that's right.
It's just Dan's fault for having a birthday. Yeah, but it was your birthday. Right. It's your fault for having the birthday.
Chris West brought you
because you were born. I ended up meeting Jeffrey.
You're welcome, and thank you, Daniel. That was very nice of you.
It was nice. It was nice to you. You're welcome, Jeff. And I'm sorry.
Damn, Daniel. What'd you do to me? You're most compatible with Scorpios, apparently. Virgo and Capricorn. What's your wife?
I don't know. August 26th.
She's a Virgo. That makes sense. There you go. See, compatible because she's organized, structured. She's got her thing down. You're less so. You're oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. He's like, no, this proves nothing.
I just say, those are still really general.
I don't know. My
traits.
wife and Jeffrey are very different and they're only born 6 days apart.
She's Capricorn, just like Lisa. I should never have done that, apparently. The signs will say, no, not going to work out.
Are you guys like on the cusp then? Where does it split in December?
22nd. The 22nd is
so it's really that close. You are technically different just by being 6 days apart from each other.
Yep. Apparently. So anyway, my point, Daniel, is I'm not going to convince you one way or the other. The research that I did was Jungian personality types, and then scientists, social scientists, like, psychologists, studying people within those personality types, couples. What they did 10,000 couples, and to see their compatibility, how they, all dimensions, how do they function, what's their propensity for divorce. They measured it all out. Then they went back and then they took this ancient astronomy thing that's been ascribed, and nobody actually can pinpoint exactly where it started. It's just been a thing forever, at least several thousand years. And then they went to see if it would match up. This is what they've always said for thousands of years, from what we can tell, who gets along with who: water sign, air sign, fire sign, whatever. And
so we have no free will.
No, there's plenty of free will. It's like anything, nature and nurture.
I thought nothing's free.
Your nature's going to push you in a certain direction, and then hopefully you're nurtured, like your parents or Jake, nurtured you enough that you don't go in the direction that's going to be harmful, right? We survive even our worst ideas. So even as bad as your nature can be, you usually survive them. So they're pretty commensurate with each other. But the frequency of it being accurate was around 85%. And the scientists they just said data. And they were like pretty crazy. The attributes seem to be pretty specific in how they interact.
I've seen different attributes depending on who people are talking, though. I've not seen a consistent set of attributes given to any date or anything.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think they're.
I don't look at like daily. I don't look at horoscopes.
I
don't look at horoscopes because those you can attribute to anybody. You can tell me that my day is going to be great. Okay. Or
now I'll tell you what I do believe in is fortune cookies.
Oh yeah, obviously. And you just add in bed at the end of all your fortune cookies, and then you're good, right?
Yeah. I read it both ways.
Life is full of ups and downs in bed. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's a good one. That was not chicken. Oh. That one that'll mess up your day. I thought it was a little chewy.
Hey, Jeff Coy is watching right now.
Hey, what's up, Jeff Coy? What's going on, guys? I know you have to go to bed, and I'm sorry we didn't get a chance to do Star Wars trivia. So, can I ask 2 questions so it feel like it was
5?
You could ask 2, yes.
Okay, it's 2 questions. All right, see. Star Wars trivia, easy and stupid.
Oh, Jeff's gone.
Oh, bye, yeah. Here we go. 50
I
Star Wars questions. 100 plus easy kids Star Wars trivia. Disney Reservation Center booking. Oh, what? Watch the Vampire Diaries. Star Wars trivia. Useful trivia. Okay, let's take a look at this one.
Brother bought me a lightsaber. Evidently, he just texted.
Oh, nice. I think my favorite Star Wars trivia was the one where all the answers were ridiculous and we were cracking up. Like that was really funny. I don't remember what that was on. I was very sad.
We could do that to any of them, really.
But their multiple choice were so good. It was like
Darth, that's right. They had
Darth Garth.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
It was the teacher who gives you the quiz you have to pass.
Yeah. So one guy came up with the questions, and then another guy like, all right, you go do the answers and don't get high. Okay. He's like, no problem. I got this. And it was like one right answer and 3 ridiculous ones. And it was really hilarious. We were peeing our pants. Well, no,
I did. Yeah.
Yeah, he did a little bit. But
A little bit.
yeah, that was from the infection, though. Okay. The Star Wars you already know this one. You guys know everything. What actor pulled out of episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, when he discovered that non-union actors were being used in the film?
I've actually just read this the other day, I feel like.
Darth Garth. Gary Coleman.
Gary Coleman.
Jedi Bob.
Mel Gibson.
I can't imagine who it was, though.
George Clooney or Gary Oldman.
Oh, those were the choices?
Yeah.
It had to be Gary Oldman then. I think Gary Oldman was pinned to be in there. Somewhere.
Correct, sir. He had agreed to be the voice of General Grievous, but pulled out. All right. What character did George Lucas consider making a midget? Not my word.
I mean, you used it.
Yeah, that's right.
You said the M word.
The M word. What's up, midget? I don't know what
I feel like the logical guess would be Chewbacca, but I've seen the artwork for him was what they used in the Rebels cartoon for
Jar Jar Binks, Chewbacca, Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia. Those are your options.
I'm going with Chewbacca.
Okay.
Man.
That would be Luke Skywalker. He
Really?
was gonna be little. Aren't you a little?
Interesting.
According to some sources, Leia's line when Luke rescues her, "Aren't you a little short for a stormtrooper?" is a
Oh, that's
remnant
what's
of
up.
the story idea. Interesting.
What? The uniform. Oh, the uniform.
Who served as Jabba the Hutt's chief of staff?
Did Fortuna.
That is correct. Approximately
he's
how many?
Who killed him?
Boba Fett. Oh, Boba Fett shot him, right?
Yep.
On the
not too long
barge.
ago.
On the barge?
No.
Oh, no. It happened
It
in
was
the
the beginning, at the end of the Mandalorian season 2 / beginning of Book of Boba Fett.
That guy was Boba Fett.
That's what I stopped watching.
The Mandalorian was Boba Fett the whole time.
No, but Boba Fett showed up in the Mandalorian.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bib Fortuna took over when Jabba died.
and the little green baby thing was not Yoda.
Nope, it was Grogu.
Grogu. All right, and there's the species unknown. The age
Species
about
unknown.
50
Mhm.
ish.
So, and we're supposed to find out soon, or maybe it was in a book or something, that who saved Grogu from Order 66.
Ooh, dang it!
Dun, dun, dun.
Which bounty hunter in The Empire Strikes Back is wearing an old costume from a Doctor Who episode?
Oh, let me see a picture. It's got to be Dengar.
Maybe
No,
kind of mummy. Burton
Boss?
victim.
What?
Dengar,
Oh, it was
Oh, it could have been Bosk. Yeah,
Boba Fett, or IG-88.
Bosk.
That is correct. In Return of the Jedi, Jabba refers to Han as his favorite what?
smuggler.
Yeah, but
Gotta think of
Jabba
it.
refers to Han as his favorite what?
Bantha Poodoo.
Multiple
Yeah.
choice.
Bantha fodder.
Yeah, it's multiple.
Decoration, knick-knack.
Oh,
Scoundrel.
decoration. Yeah,
Scoundrel or prisoner.
Oh, so
decoration.
decoration.
Cool.
That is
Like
correct.
where he's at.
And because we're going fast, we'll do the last 2 and we'll go to bed. Or you go to bed. Well, yeah, here you go. Ready?
That's right. We're only going to do 2.
Yeah, it's addictive. What is the first Star Wars film in which Yoda is completely computer generated?
Well, technically episode 2, but then they went back and put him in episode 1. Oh, and they actually know there is a shot in episode 1 originally that he was CGI too.
Yeah.
When he knights Obi-Wan, he was completely CGI. But throughout the entire movie, it would have been episode
Would have been
2.
2 because he was a puppet in 1 originally.
That would be Attack of the Clones.
Yes.
Technical, yes.
That is correct.
But now he's 100% CGI in episode 1 as well.
Oh. Why did they replace him? Did Frank Oz
Because
quit?
that
the puppet was
baby
a little-
ugly.
Wasn't great.
But it was ugly?
It was terrible. It didn't look like Yoda.
How do you mess that up?
I don't know. I think they were like, well, he's 50 or 40 years younger now, and we should
But it's
look
like, but he's like 500 years
Yeah.
old.
Take the
900.
wrinkles off.
900.
900,
He
yeah.
goes
Those were
for
eight-
training.
875 to 900. That's all we got.
Not going to make a difference. Be like, yeah, you were 6 months older.
Dude, you live for a long time. It's like Methuselah, man. You're like cruising, but the last 5 years are brutal. I'm just saying. 969, 970.
And we really did only see his last 5. So
you're effed. You're effed.
And he just said 900 years. He was probably over. It's like, you hit a certain point, you're just like, it's 900.
Yeah, he stops counting. Yeah.
It's like me with, it's 2022. So that's how many years I've been married, 22.
Yeah.
Even though our anniversary is not till August.
Right. No, it makes sense. You jump ahead. If you're at a company, you automatically, that year you start that's how long you've been there. You're not going to wait until you complete the finish line, And when, she's about to turn 18 and.
Wrong. Next question, please.
What?
My brother just sent me a text that has.
You want your daughter to go to college. You tell her she shouldn't work while she's going to school because I don't want her to get distracted with her studies. So, okay. You guys just your dirty minds.
Brother just sent me a text. They have a Razor Crest conversion kit for a wheelchair.
Yeah, but the Razor Crest got destroyed. I don't know if that's really good luck or not.
You see, they got little Grogu on the wheels and stuff, like hubcaps.
Oh, that's what that is. Okay, I was like,
Grogu on the wheels and a big old Razor Crest to go on the sides.
That's pretty fly.
He's asking if he should get it for my mom. She's a big Grogu fan.
I think so.
My mom has Grogu. My mom has Grogu sheets.
That's interesting. All right, last question. Are you ready?
Ready.
Red 5.
Which character said, "Why, you slimy, double-crossing, no good swindler"?
Lando.
Lando.
On Cloud City.
You got a lot of guts coming here.
Hello, buddy, old pal. Seems friendly.
Mm-hmm. Seemed pretty good laugh. I think I got that laugh right. The little left of what I have left of COVID in my throat gave me a good, little deeper voice.
Yeah, I know what you mean. This COVID pneumonia isn't great. I love it.
If you don't test, you never have it.
I have 4 tests that I got for free from the government. U.S. Post Office. USPS, you can sign up for free. You want me to send you guys a link? They'll send you 4 home tests.
I still have like 3.
I just picked up my first sets ever the other day.
And at this point, I've already had it, so not really worried. Had it twice actually. I had it, and this actually confirms for me that I had it back in 2020, before it was a thing.
Yeah.
Because I was sick the exact same way. The cough is lingering just like it did in 2020.
Really?
I was patient 0 in New York.
Nice.
No, I hadn't had a fever in almost 2 weeks when I went to New York, but I was still coughing.
I don't know how we haven't had it at some point. So
my
son
son
had it, not know it.
My son didn't.
No, you tested negative though. You went on your cruise. You had to test negative, didn't you?
Yeah.
So you haven't had it, right?
That's what he said.
No, as far as I know.
Well, that's just
who knows.
At that particular time he didn't have it, but he doesn't know if he has had it before.
The
thing is that I've technically had it before they think he was even in the country, which is why there was some doubt before. Right. But now they have moved the date back to mid-January or something like that when they say it, but it was in this country in October. I have a news story that from Dallas where they're saying, there's a new virus going around that with a lingering cough, and it's just
really.
Because it started at that sporting event in China in September.
The hospital was a mess in that February of 20 in Havasu.
Are you thinking that? I thought this was from a pangolin and a bat.
No, that's South Park.
Oh, dang it.
And that was Mickey Mouse.
That's right.
Okay.
Well, I've had it Mickey and Randy.
What happens if I get it a third time?
I mean, you probably
won't get the hat trick
for another couple of years until the variants change enough again.
Do you think they'll change enough to be
harsh?
Worse?
No, viruses never do that. Viruses always get better, easier over time.
Right.
More virulent, but less deadly. It's just how things.
And the common
like the new stealth variant.
The common cold and the flu have all been wiped out by COVID.
You know why it's a stealth variant? Because they can't tell the difference between what people have when they're sick.
Right. That's what I was trying to figure out. I was like,
We don't know where it is or how to find it, but it's 1.5 times more contagious.
Are there people walking around with special electron microscopes and they're just like, someone goes, like, oh, check it out, get a slide.
And the funniest thing was when it was discovered, the subvariant was discovered, they said this is not going to make another spike. This is going to be a part of this spike. It's just how, and then all the news people, they want the bad variants so badly.
Oh, they do. It's not just the news, it's those who feed the news.
Yeah.
Hey, one last thing, only because I want to be tiny bit political, but not, I won't be political. I'll just I'll point out a fact. Do you know who Charlemagne the God is? Is a DJ.
Yes.
Charlemagne he's a DJ, New York.
Breakfast Club.
He's a brother.
I thought you said deity.
And he has something like
Charlemagne the deity.
12, 13 million people.
He's on Comedy Central now too.
Listen to Charlemagne. When Biden came out during the, what's it called when they run for president? What's that called? The election. Oh, there you go. Okay.
Yeah.
During the election, when Biden said, "If you don't vote for me, you ain't black, Jack."
Yeah.
I don't remember if it was on Charlemagne's show. It might have been Charlemagne.
Yeah, I think it was on his show.
So, since he came out and he said, I'm not sure if I can vote for this crazy cracker now. I don't want to vote for the other crazy cracker, but this guy, no. How am I going to forgive this? This makes no sense. And so the Democrats were very concerned because you're talking to a guy with 13 million listeners and like 10 million of them are African American. So if Trump pulled the rest of that vote over, because he had already pulled like 60% of them, now you're in big trouble, right? That's a big part of your base, because then they affect everyone around them, and you got the trickle down effect. So they went on alert and they're like, we need to get Charlemagne to still endorse Biden. So I watched it happen live, and they said, what will it take for you to forgive him? And not, you just got to forgive him, please. And he thought about it for a while, and what they came down to, he was like, I think we need a woman vice president. I think we need a black woman vice president, as a matter of fact. And then they couldn't figure out, they didn't have any black candidates, period. He went with black vice president first, and then he went with woman. Then he went with black woman, and then they couldn't find one that was good. So he said, well, woman of color. They said, how about Harris? And he was like, oh no, she got a 0%. All right, I guess we take her. And guess what? 3 days later,
that's who the running mate is.
So the reason I tell this story is I believe that he was, instrumental in helping push that further. The other day, he's come out and said, what the hell is going on with the Democrats? I miss Trump, because at least with Trump, you knew what the hell you were getting. And he's actually missing Trump. Taking the other stance. He's like, these people they lie. They don't do what they say they're going to do. They're completely unreliable. They're making horrible decisions. At least Trump, like, he's obnoxious, but you knew exactly what you were going to get, and he did exactly what he said he was going to do. And he's like, if the country doesn't get back to that, there's going to be a huge problem. I think
he was commenting off of Biden something or other, and then he was like when are you going to start governing?
Yeah, when are you going to start governing? Why don't you guys stop making noise and actually do something? So I'm just saying, it feels like the tides are turning in general. People are like, forget the mask, forget your crap, we're done.
Especially about this side of the country.
You got soccer moms coming out and saying, you know what?
Even the media is starting to turn here and there, because
CNN is I heard CNN is going to fire all their commentators and go back to neutral, unbiased news.
Oh, they have to.
They destroy.
They want to make money.
No viewers.
None. Don Lemon, in the schmucks like that. Don Lemon, shockingly, is married to a white man, and he saw it's just the hypocrisy and the crap and the noise. The fact that even the ownership of CNN is like, dude, we're done. Like, we can't do this anymore. There's no credible news left. And that's what CNN started to doing that. We watched Gulf War. We watched CNN.
That made CNN.
And we got news. Wolf Blitzer, you got news, and obviously it's gone the other direction. So I'm just curious to see what happens. I always felt like Charlemagne was a pivotal voice of, you can't put a label on him. You can't push him around and say, well, it's this or that. He's definitely one of those characters that he stands alone with what he believes is right or wrong in that moment. So we'll see.
It's really interesting. I read Yahoo News. I get my news from Yahoo, and it's really interesting because they pull their news sources from everywhere. Mm-hmm. And one thing, it tends to be more conservative in the morning and gets liberal as the day goes on, more liberal. But there's that sweet spot around 9:30 where you get really a balanced look at the world. Yeah. And it's the difference between, like, you'll see the story that's just a fact-based story. Like I said, with the Omicron, whatever, the Omicron the subvariant. Yeah. And it was saying, and the fact was that it's not going to change anything. It's just something we've identified. And then the next story would be from somewhere like CNN or MSN. And it would be like, we're all going to die from this new subvariant. Right. It's right.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I get a lot of mine from the Google News, and it's the same thing. You go be some news story, and you hit the full one, and you have like 8 sources, and the headlines in each one are so varying depending on the source. Mm-hmm. Right. To where you have your CNN and the Daily Beast, and then you got Fox and so on and so forth, and you're like, okay.
I will tell you, I think the worst mainstream media source in our country is the Miami Herald. They do not. I mean, they don't, no matter what is happening, they will try to paint it bad if it makes their governor look good, or, if their governor is going to look good, they have to paint it bad.
Okay.
No matter what.
Okay. So yeah. Okay. If he's going to get credit, then they got to make sure they take that away as fast as possible. And the headline
when the case is, when they were the only
governor rescues a child.
Yeah, exactly.
And the child murderer wants to govern.
Right.
Like, oh no, what?
But yeah, I will say, like there's several of them that I can give some credit, even though they're still doing the fear mongering thing. But the Miami Herald is the worst possible news outlet anywhere.
I have to check it out so I can get angry in the morning.
Yeah.
I do Reuters, and Reuters, at least in the morning, it doesn't piss me off. So I feel like they're, I don't know, relatively centrist. I feel like I'm just getting news. Everything else around that, I feel like I'm not getting news. Mm-hmm. Kyle Rittenhouse trial, when he was leaving the courthouse after he was declared not guilty, that was the perfect example of the most egregious manipulation of information. Watching it happen live, watching them literally lie and push the reporter to try and find something. Like, how are tensions down there? So actually, there's no tensions. There's about 50 people here who, some are pro, some are against, but they're really nice. They just had cookies with the police. That was really nice. The police have been bringing cookies down, and then you pan over and there's like 50 people there. A couple people have signs, nothing going on, nothing. And they're like, okay, well, tensions are high. And all of a sudden you watch, they have a multi-screen like this, kind of a mosaic, and they have a long distance shot on the people on the courthouse steps, and people just kind of standing there like, oh, yeah. Hey guys, shooting the shit. And then they zoom in whoop, on 2 people, and it's all shaky and stuff. It's like tensions,
like hand cam.
But you can see from a distance who those people are. There was no tensions. There was nothing. They were just talking.
No, one of them just has to go to the bathroom.
But they zoom in up close, and they're like, "Oh, you can see that." I'm like, God, are you really playing this game? This is so stupid. I can't believe I'm watching this happen. They're just like, what about this? Tell us what else is going on over there. That's really, there's gonna be some rioting tonight. She's like, no, I haven't heard anything about that. And she's walking around, and she's so upset that she can't figure out how to lie for them because she can't. She's like,
I got nothing here to go off.
She's identifying objects and just talking about them because there was nothing. She's like, and over here's a tree, and then the tree's nice, and then there's a car driving by. They're like, the car, and they're like, beep beep, hi, and they want cookies too. Okay. And they're like, tension. They go back in. I'm like, oh, they found a black person. Oh, they're like, no, there's going to be I'm like, God, this is so gross. It's so gross. And the part that makes me mad is that they take a portion, or they take a 10-second blip, just like they did for the January 6th. And they pull that and they go, that's a headline, and riots. And like, we better get some people to riot because nobody wants to. Like, come on, guys, throw some shit. Let's go. And
security guards are waving people into the.
Yeah.
That's my favorite video of that day.
Hey guys, come on. Hey, just be careful over here. Okay, don't hurt yourself. All right, guys.
The people showing around, giving like a guided tour on once they're inside.
Yeah.
Watch the velvet ropes. Watch. Okay, sorry. Okay, guys, single file,
You're sand people, not stormtroopers. They're always in single file to hide the numbers.
Nice. Well played.
Bringing it back.
And on that, we'll let you.
Good night, everybody.
Now that we kept them an extra 40 minutes.
Right.
Yeah, I know.
All right, I just have to. I'm training a guy to take my place in the building that I'm in right now. So I'm making him do all the work anyway.
Yeah,
so.
Dan's like, I don't do anything there.
Don't train them too well.
Not sure what I'm training.
I basically go around. I'll go into a room and break stuff, and then make him fix it.
Nice. He's like, this is how you get past the firewall, and this is how you get to the IO games. They don't even flag those because it doesn't need Java.
Jeff knows that way too quickly.
Games.io. Check it out. All right.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, buddy. I spend too much time on the interwebs, either show prepping something or researching something or updating the website or making a blog, or I love finding things. I like finding things that are useful and free. I like finding things that are entertaining. And I'll stumble across something. I'm looking for an online audio converter. Say I want to mix something down from an MP3 or mix it up to MP3 to a WAV file, or who knows what I'm doing. And the little box that I'm using has a really small memory. The memory is
okay.
It's like, I don't know, 130 gig or something like that. It's nothing. It doesn't have a video card. It doesn't have any of that stuff. It's very stripped down. That's what I'm using here, and which is nuts because it's bare effing bones. It's an i5, nothing there. But I get the most out of it because I look for things that I can use that won't be,
bloated,
labor intensive, on the box itself. Plus, I give it, I double this RAM by giving a virtual RAM, so it doesn't suck too bad. Actually, it's pretty stable. We don't have really any problems with it.
No.
But that leads me to do a lot of, I'm like, I wonder what else is out there. And I'm looking for text to speech and AI, and it's wild how much stuff is out there that you can use for the taking. I'm like, why do people buy anything? You don't.
No more free unless there's something hidden in it.
You can use Linux and you can download people. Oh no, that's what hackers use. You can use the open source Linux package for your Windows replacement for nothing, and you can get ones that have been made to operate and look just like Windows, so it'll make you comfortable, and so the usability is all there, free. Using the Office suite, you don't have to go through Google, and you don't have to go through Microsoft if you don't want to. It's really wild what's out there. And since everything is now on the cloud, you're using somebody else's bandwidth. You're not even using your own to do stuff.
We got Microsoft Office for free just because Amy's a teacher. So we got the full suite for free.
Yeah, I pay $6.99. I pay for it because I use it for work also. Mm-hmm. So it makes sense to be compatible. But it's like $5.99 a month or something like that. That's not bad. Mm-hmm. But if you're a family and to
me, that's just annoying. I have to subscribe to software now.
Right. Yeah. I'm like, what
Can't
are
I just buy it? You just update it for me?
No, you can't do that. No, not anymore. Mm-hmm. But then I got updated to Windows 11. I didn't push the button. I don't know where that came from. How did they switch me from 10 to 11?
You missed a day where that 10 seconds during the day where it said to reject it. Right. You weren't there to hit it.
I came back.
If you do not want Windows
this?
11, you need to hit it right now. And it popped up at 3:04 in the morning on a Tuesday, you know?
Well, that's when I have my updates happen. So in the middle of the night. So it's not an issue.
Yeah, but it had a pop-up. If you didn't touch the pop-up, you're done. It's now or never.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're going to do it. Click right now if you don't want it. Otherwise, we're going to do it
automatically.
automatically.
It's on me because I said update automatically restart is needed. Have fun. Bye. Yeah. I don't want to deal with it. But I'm like, wait, this looks different. What happened to my computer? Where did everything go? How did Bing become my
default search browser?
Default browser. Why am I using Chrome on Bing? It's confusing. I don't want that. Yeah. I want Brave. Brave is good. You can earn crypto while you're searching the internet.
What's funny is I have my old mini Mac fired up right now on here because my son wanted an old Star Wars game on here, and it only ran on the older version of Mac OS.
Okay.
On here before they went to 64-bit operating system. So it's like, I think it's like Mountain Lion or something. It's like 10.7 or something or other. So, you know, bought it off of Amazon and stuff, and it runs just fine because it was made the year that Mac was made. So it runs just fine on it.
So if you want to use older stuff like that, do you need to use the operating system that it was for, or can you make it compatible? Like,
I think no, you can't, not with the Mac stuff. You know, because I couldn't use it on Amy's MacBook because it was too new.
That's weird.
It wouldn't go backwards. Even on stuff from Steam and stuff like that, it's like, yeah, not compatible. You're running too new of an operating system when they switched to like 64-bit.
Yeah.
Or, you know, it became not backwards compatible. I'm sure there's an emulator somewhere.
Yeah, that's another thing that I love. I love finding emulators. I'm like, what is this? I have one's called, what is it called? BlueStack something. I think it's called BlueStack. So any app that's on Android, any Android app, you can download and then play it on your computer. There's a ton of stuff to do. It's crazy what's out there.
There's not processing power to do all of that nowadays.
I start putzing around with stuff that I find online, and I'll be doing development work for my job, and then I'll go to look for something to help on like a JavaScript editor that might give me an answer I need. And then 3 hours later, I had apparently also stumbled upon how I joined Amazon Web Service, AWS. I Google AI, and suddenly I have developer platforms on all these. I'm pretty sure I put my credit card in all of them. Hopefully stuff is
or somebody else's
or whatever. And then I was like, wait, how did I get 3 apps? I built apps on my phone. I built apps because I was like, oh, I didn't know how you build apps. And then I stumbled across an Android app developer tool, and I was like, oh, I think I want to make an app.
And you're like, oh, this is.
So I made one, and then I deployed it. I deployed it to my phone, and then I can send it to anybody I work with if they want to submit a ticket for something to be done. Then I made a ticket organizer and job task organizer, and then the next day I'm like, why do I have these apps on my phone? What the hell was I thinking? Why do I just stop on something and go, ooh, this? I love having ideas. Who doesn't love having ideas? I like having ideas for monetizing things. I'm like affiliate marketing. I want to learn about that. So I hit affiliate marketing. I'm like, I'm an affiliate marketer. I never tell you guys my damn affiliate marketing code for anything. I'm an affiliate with Amazon. I think it's dadbod 02-20.
Because you wanted to make it easy to remember.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Shelf Help has one too. It's a Shelf Help 20 or Shelf Help 21 for the website, and then for the Shelf Help show. But I spend all this time learning how things work and then activating them and going, okay, I'm gonna get some private license material, and I'm going to convert it and put it in my company's name. Then I'm going to advertise on Pornhub because it's cheap, and strangely, and then I'm going to send that out there, and then I'm going to forget about it. I'm not going to support it. And I've got all this stuff that's out there, and I'm like, why is this show only made $100 all year? $100.
My mom was watching some sitcom
Because
on Prime. It's like the new, I think it was like the new One Day at a Time that they have on Netflix or something like that. Maybe I can't remember if it's Netflix or Prime.
Netflix, yeah.
Netflix on it, and they were making their kids get a job or something like that. And she was trying to be a gamer on Twitch. And trying to get 100. She was trying to get to like 100,000 followers in a week or something like that. And like, it's impossible on here.
Is it possible to get to 100? Yeah.
Yeah. Then it was like, she was like she got to like 1,000 by the end of the week, or like, and her brother was like, that's really good.
Yeah.
On here. And I'm like, yeah, actually, that is pretty damn good.
Yeah, that's really good on Twitch. I think we're at 100.
Especially since you didn't even have a camera on yourself playing the game. But yeah, but it's a sitcom. So
dog needs to go potty.
Door's open.
Or
just playing with his toys.
No. I think we got to 104. I think Twitch is at 104 last time we checked.
Yeah.
Thanks for following. I do
You're welcome.
Still do the raffle. I've got the $100 Amazon gift card to be raffled for anyone who joined from 76 to 100. So I'll do that instead of learning how to build an app or whatever the hell my next thing is. So I'll take care of that, and then we'll notify via chat who won. I don't have your names on everything, so if I don't know who you are, I'll just send you an email. Hopefully you get it, and then I'll announce it.
I thought I was about due to do my little free subscribe to you here.
Oh yeah, and if you subscribe through what's it called?
Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime sub.
Yeah.
You can go into Amazon Prime Gaming, even if you don't use it, and then attach your Twitch user, and you can subscribe once a month to one place. And I would love it if that would be here, because even if it's $2 helps. Just for the Zoom and Restream, that's like a $50 expenditure, and then all the crazy stuff that I spend my money, time, and effort into, like websites that I'm paying God knows how much for. I don't want to look at it. Other websites that I don't even do anything with, domains that I randomly buy because I laugh at the name. BogartThatAnus.com. That's fabulous.
Yep, you're at 105, and we're running a commercial right now.
Commercial 105.
105 on here. You just had a Genshin Impact on all platforms for your phone.
Oh, that's the commercial.
Mm-hmm. That's what it was, and now there's some movie trailer.
In a world.
Yeah, not quite sure. It's also going to play 3 ads.
Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for hanging out. If you watch video on demand, I appreciate that too. Tell a friend, share with people. We get a lot of video. We get decent VODs.
Mm-hmm. To watch the replay.
Yeah, people go back and watch the replay. That's pretty cool.
Because that's why I watch my NASCAR now. Yeah, here, I'm almost got rid of my live cable. It's almost time till I just watch it on YouTube.
Oh yeah,
on the NASCAR YouTube channel, and it knocks all the commercials out of it. Or it just runs the live feed. So I'm almost could like cut the cable.
Yeah, I've been off of. I cut the cable 12 years ago, more probably 12 years ago.
Mm-hmm. It's the only reason I keep live stuff on there at all. It's just for sports, and that's just NASCAR itself. But it's almost unnecessary now.
No, it is unnecessary now. Not almost. It is. It's
especially because I don't need to watch it live anymore.
But you can watch it live, right? It's on YouTube live, isn't it? Or is it delayed?
I think they normally. Well, I think they had it. It was like whoever it was watching it, televising it, so it was NBC. You'd have to have the NBC watch it live, and then 3 days after, then it would post to YouTube.
So what you can do is, if you're curious about such things, is I use Plex. Plex is an app, and it is a home-based server that you can utilize for free. It doesn't cost anything. If you you can put it on your computer, and if you have your own movies, then it'll act as the central hub repository for your stuff. And then you can put Plex on Roku, you can put it on Fire Stick, and then you can watch your stuff wherever you are. It'll come off of your computer. Or if your friend links you into their server, then you can, watch stuff from their server. You're allowed to share. Streaming is totally acceptable. Obviously, the assumption is that you legally obtained all the stuff that you're looking at. Now, that being said, Plex has you can watch live through Plex. You can watch live TV. They have options where you can pay like, I don't know, $5 a month. It'll give you a lot more function. And let me just say, where there's a will, there's a way. Somebody is streaming whatever it is that you want to watch at some point. Yeah, I don't know. Do a little research, or you can ask me and I'll help you out. So
I haven't bothered a whole lot on here. They're working on putting in fiber optics in my town on here, so I can actually get my internet through my electric company instead of the cable company.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they're redoing all the fiber optics for running the electric meters and all whatever monitoring systems they have for all the power lines.
Oh, okay.
And then they're going, hey, as a bonus, we can give you fiber optic connections. So like higher than gigabit speeds.
Right. Yeah, I use Gigablast.
That's what I have too.
How fast is fiber optic comparatively?
It's supposed to be faster than that. I don't know exactly what they haven't really touted any speeds yet, but
how fast is fiber optic internet? Here we go. Sorry about the all right. As mentioned, fiber optic internet connections have yet to achieve their full potential. Currently, most ISPs offer fiber optic speeds as fast as 1,000 megabytes per second. What is gigabyte?
Isn't that a gig? Yeah.
However, experts theorize that one strand of fiber optic cable can transmit up to 44 terabytes per second.
Yeah.
Shit.
That's fast.
That's beyond instantaneous. That literally takes you into the past. To put that into context, 1 terabyte is equal to 1 million megabits. That's wild. One wire.
Yeah, considering that you only need like 150 to 200 to get like HD streaming.
Yeah. That's crazy. How fast is fiber optic internet? Is Frontier Fiber Internet available? Enter your address. Okay, well, it doesn't really say much. So I guess that's the new frontier. I know a lot of neighborhoods have it. A lot of people have it already.
That's because you live in an actual metro area.
Is there
as opposed to my end?
Did they
my neck of the woods?
Did they quote you? Is it a significant extra cost?
They don't know yet. They're still rolling it out. It's like a 4-year rollout.
Oh,
as they're hitting the different neighborhoods and stuff, and they'll pre-sign up and we'll let you know when it's in your neighborhood.
What about the space internet that Elon Musk has? I don't know.
The internet for the world with a little satellites kind of thing, like
Starlink.
Mini Starlink.
SpaceX is developing a low latency broadband internet system to meet the needs of consumers across the globe, and it'll all be via satellite Starlink, and it's available to anyone.
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of getting enough satellites up.
Starlink internet has grown from one of Elon Musk's futuristic ideas to a rapidly emerging broadband satellite internet provider offering fast speeds and unlimited data. Starlink is now available in 25 countries with 145,000 customers and counting. So it's already going.
Heck, when I was on my cruise, I was streaming
$100 a month.
I was streaming from the cruise ship,
30
miles off the coast,
right,
of Cabo.
Right. Have you ever seen a map of what the ocean floor looks like and how everything, the amount of cables and everything that connects the world is in the ocean?
Yeah, it's amazing that we've ever done that.
It's crazy. I didn't think it was real.
And the depths that those cables are laying at.
That's crazy. When did they put that stuff in? That's what I want to know.
They started doing that in like the early 1900s, I think, when they started laying like telegraph cable lines from North America to Europe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I mean, that's how if all you had was you had to get the line over there somewhere. So if you're
not
doing
like they ran it across the North Pole or through Greenland or anything.
10 facts about internet's undersea cables. Actually, here, I'll share my screen. I'll show you this. It's really trippy. Would you like to swing on the sun?
I had a nice welcome to California here a little bit on here. We actually had an earthquake out here this morning.
Fun.
Little 4.0 at right at 15 kilometers from Palomar.
Oh, wow.
So it was close by. It was a little rumble. I'm like, oh, I remember what that is.
I remember these. Yeah.
I remember these.
Hey, who turned on my French tickler? Oh, that's not it. 2014 submarine cable map. Take a peek. Let's do a little zoom and a boom boom.
That's why all the subs are out there that protect the cable lines. That's why we have subs for real.
Look at this, just going across. So I don't know.
You think that would be just a heck of a feat just to lay across the land, let alone water, you would think.
Telegeography. I don't know what that must be, an advertisement. Oh my Lord. Geez, clickbait. Stop it. In describing the system of wires that comprises the internet, Neil Stevenson once compared the Earth to a computer motherboard. From telephone poles suspending bundles of cables to signs posted warning of buried fiber optic lines, we are surrounded by evidence that at a basic level, the internet is really just a spaghetti work of really long wires.
Yep.
But what we see is just a small part of the physical makeup of the net. The rest of it can be found in the coldest depths of the ocean. Here are 10 things you might not know about the internet system of undersea cables. Cable installation is slow, tedious, and expensive. Look at that. Like, all right, guys, heave. Got to get it out to that ship. That ship's going to pull it somewhere. That's great.
Yeah, and there's like giant reels and stuff, I think, and they just slowly roll them. Rolls out.
99% of the international data.
Then I probably have to go
wires at the bottom of the ocean.
Yank them.
And they have to make up a client or current where people. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, because it probably takes a while for it to even hit the bottom for it to float down and make sure it doesn't go all wiggly woggly here all over the place on the way down because the current takes it.
Hey guys, it's Kevin Rousseau. Photoshop can really make whatever's in your.
What is making this noise?
Regular tools in all kinds of ways and make them your own. You just
is it the ad?
What the hell?
The pop-up ad, I think. It was just up there. It's probably that right there. Yeah.
F off.
I'm kidding.
I'm just going to mute the site in case it wants to do that again.
Mm-hmm.
Stop that shit.
We're reading. Leave us alone.
In total, they are hundreds of thousands of miles long and can be as deep as Everest is tall. The cables are installed by special boats called cable layers. We'll lay some cable. It's more than a matter of dropping wires with anvils attached to them. The cables must generally be run across flat surfaces of the ocean floor, and care is taken to avoid coral reefs, sunken ships, fish beds, other ecological habitats, and general obstructions. It's the diameter of a soda can. That's what Clarence Thomas said. Sharks are trying to eat the internet. That's cool. Shark attack on a cable.
Bad shark.
Bad shark. Oh no, huh? There it is.
Stop it.
There's disagreement as to why exactly sharks like gnawing on submarine communication cables. Maybe it has something to do with the electromagnetic fields. Maybe they're just curious.
That was my first one of them. It may not be properly shielded. It's the problem. It's not enough for them.
They're like cats, It's like they like the way it feels. That's why, guys. Mm-hmm. All right, the internet is as vulnerable underwater as it is underground.
My pack rats eat the cables in your car.
Yep.
In your engine.
It seems like every couple of years, some well-meaning construction worker puts his bulldozer in gear and kills Netflix for the whole continent. While the ocean is free of construction equipment that might otherwise combine to form Devastator, there are many ongoing acquired.
That's Transformers, people. OG.
Shark Society, the internet is ever at risk of being disrupted by boat anchors, trawling by fish vessels, and natural disasters. Okay. Connecting the world through undersea cable isn't exactly new. In 1854.
Told you it was new.
Damn,
it was really old.
Installation began on the first transatlantic telegraph cable, which connected Newfoundland and Ireland. 4 years later, the first transmission was sent reading laws. White House received 5 minutes signal. Coil signals too weak to relay. Try drive slow and regular. I have put intermediate pulley. Reply by coils. This is admittedly not very inspiring. White House referred to Wildman White House, the chief electrician. I don't know. My tongue doesn't work. Okay. Spies love underwater cables. Why wouldn't they? Access to data, and you can't police the whole ocean, right? They during the height of the Cold War, they
could tap into the cables.
Governments are turning to submarine cables to avoid said spies. With respect to electronic espionage, one big advantage held by the United States is the key role that scientists, engineers, and corporations played in inventing and building large parts of the global telecommunications infrastructure. That sounded very official. And what else? Submarine communication cables are faster and cheaper than satellites. To really cripple the internet, you need scuba gear and a pair of wire cutters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Forget cyber warfare.
Or a shark.
You want to make a mess or a shark. Underwater cables are not easy to repair, but after 150 years, we've learned a trick or two. If you think replacing that one Ethernet cable you can't quite reach behind your desk is a pain, try replacing a solid broken garden hose at the bottom of the ocean. Yeah, no shit. When a submarine cable is damaged, special repair ships are dispatched. If the cable is located in shallow waters, robots are deployed. Robots! Dang, they have to haul it from 6,500 feet. Can you imagine that? That's a crappy job. I work for the cable company. What area? Pacific.
Damn it. I want to work in the Gulf.
Do you guys know that that's a job? You can have a job as a cable man in the ocean. Who would know? How do you get that job? I've never heard of that. All right. That's enough. I just thought it was interesting.
But you have to wear a mask every day when you work.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't want you to come in contact with other people. So I think, it's 10 o'clock your time, 11 o'clock my time. I think I'm going to dip out and get some rest after doing, what's it called? Brake job on my car.
Gotcha. I'm doing a whole lot of nothing for a week.
A whole week. Just chilling with moms.
Yeah. Doctor's appointments, whatnot.
Talk to your mom. I don't remember if I mentioned it to mine. I don't know if she'd be willing to have a chat with my mom. We can they can talk shit about.
Yeah. I did mention it. Not really.
Not really something she'd want to do. That's cool. No worries. No big deal. Yeah. Tell her I'm disappointed and I still love her though.
I did say hi to her the other day for you.
Cool. That's awesome. That was mom number 2 for sure. I
number one, or how you felt like that week.
What's that?
Or number one, depending on how you felt that week.
Yeah, right. Depending on if mom 1 and I were getting along, or the other mom.
Mom, you're down 2 games.
I was fortunate to be accepted into that family, and except for the time I beat up your dad, things were always pretty comfortable and cool there. So yeah.
But he forgave you eventually after you sweated it out.
He did. Yeah. He made me. Yeah. I thought for sure he was going to kill me after that. Why you can't leave me alone at your house? Or was going to beat me up.
Yep.
It was all good. Oh, acupuncture apparently has worked. It has decreased my pain by 90% in my back. So I went and did worked on my car, moving heavy wheels, bending over and doing. I'm a little fatigued. I was like, I feel good.
Which is really good to do right after you've had back problems.
Oh yeah.
I feel so good. Let's go run a marathon.
3 herniated discs and a broken parts, and I'm like,
yoga.
I'm like, oh my gosh, honey, I could bend over and pick stuff up. I'm gonna lift with my back, not with my legs.
Here, I don't need a jack at all. I'm just gonna lift it up.
Yeah, I remember how strong I used to be. All right. Well, let's call it a night. Atomic Dork Squad for
night.
Captain Bucky. I don't know who I am. I'm Jeff. My name is Jeff. What's that thing that I say?
Captain Bucky and the Budman.
Captain Bucky and the Budman. That's a fact. Oh yeah, love one another and love yourselves. Oh shit! One last thing I just forgot. Hey, ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready. Oh, sorry.
The shelf help show from Thursday with John Trapp and I. I didn't label what the show became about, and it might be interesting to some of you. John did actually a really good job of taking a kind of a off-topic aside thing that I kind of felt like mentioning about some struggles that I had growing up. And then he took over and did a really great job of actually interviewing me and getting a lot of information about my experience having night terrors, having out-of-body experiences, learning how to meditate in order to control it. Cool. The nightmare that I presented for my family, because my folks were under advisement that if I couldn't control the fact that I was having these issues, that I was becoming a danger to them and to my sisters, because of when I was going through these night terrors, not knowing what was happening, I would become like not violent on purpose, but I could throw my father across the room. He's a large man. I was 11. Yeah. I was 11 when that happened. So I was on the precipice of puberty, and they were truly concerned about where I was going to have to go. It's stuff that I don't usually talk about. It's not something that I don't usually, hey guys, guess what? I have this weird ability that I can astral project, and I can float outside of myself and travel. I can control dreams. Sometimes I panic, but I've died. That was interesting. Like, you can't really bring that stuff up because people just think you're insane. So, but I did. It happened on the show, and it was relevant to what we were talking about. And he was like mesmerized. We got halfway through the story. So there's a little bit more that's going to come on Tuesday. We're going to finish it up. Ooh. I'll go and relabel it, but I think you might find that one interesting. And then the prior week, last week, Tuesday's or Wednesday's show rather, with Johnny D. Leon. We talked about spirituality, sexuality, why as humans that we're conflicted, and why are we wired? This was a question. Why are we wired to have pain and anxiety and fear always be the predominant the predominant emotion that we'll remember, that will cycle back to? Like, why can't we live in the fantastic memories? Why are we wired to live in fear and regret? And I said, well, we got 5 hormones that run this biological engine. And the negative emotion ones are easy to increase those hormones, and the positive ones are really hard to increase those. So call it God, call it the aliens who put us here to accomplish some sort of task, however you want to take a look at it. Why did they build our engine to work that way anyway? What the hell? Because remember, the point of the Shelf Help Show is to remember that don't panic. I mean, we are all hurtling towards our death at an incredible rate of speed, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. And if you want to figure out the meaning of life, then figure it out for yourself. But otherwise, just stop, look around, and realize that people love you, and enjoy the time you have, because it goes by really, really fast. And reading a book isn't going to change that speed. It's fucking not. Sharing experiences, community, your tribe, your friends, that makes a difference. So check them out. Last week's shows, some of them were good. I'll go in and I'll get them relabeled though. Even on the Wednesday show, the last 20 minutes, I kind of went through my own personal crisis of changes that are going on in my life. And I started crying on this show, and I don't do that either. So it's been picking up. So a little more vulnerability, a lot more honesty. So check it out if you care to. I was crazy. I could travel into your bedroom and watch you sleep. I'm just kidding. And then on the show, I'll teach
Art Bell stuff.
I'll teach you how to meditate. I talk about Art Bell too. Yeah. I'll teach you how to meditate. I'll teach you guys some skills that I have. So not just cunnilingus, but I'm damn good at that too. All right. That's it. Have a good night.
Hi,
Bye,
Jerry.
buddy. Bye, buddy. Love you, buddy.